What do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these, while your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promise them miracles. And you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk.
He's getting fat.
You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again.
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave, and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Who's his wife?
Then get me a whore! Now!
He's not getting more pleasant with age, it seems. The end of the war and the Treaty of Wallingford, 1154. After over 15 years of civil war, the battle between Stephen and Maud, England was more divided than ever. After a final confrontation at Wallingford, Empress Maud's son Henry II and Stephen arranged a truce. The treaty was later signed in Winchester and Westminster. According to the treaty, Stephen will remain king until his death, and then be succeeded by Henry II. The treaty further states that all decisions regarding land which were made during Stephen's reign are immediately reverted and restored to the time of King Henry I. This means that the earldom of Shiring again belongs to the heirs of Bartholomew and not to the Hamleighs. But who would dare to go against William Hamleigh? I know someone who will. At the same time, far, far away. Aliena. A couple of grey hairs in there as well now, huh? Does she not even have a cart or something? No horse or donkey. Find shelter. Current location, Monksfield. Point for the road. Father Stagger. If only we could take back the earldom. Is that for pushing on? Yeah. Oh, I see a hut or something. Can I not enter it? Okay. Oh, there's another one. Safety. Can I look around more? Are those rocks? I can barely see.
Hello? Oh dear, are you hurt? My horse, it fell. I can't move. Take my hand. We'll get you inside!
Good thing I checked. Damn.
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes, and it's getting worse and worse. Go on, take a seat. You need to rest. I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
She took her in.
Should have let her die.
Take care of the traveler.
We would all be better off without someone.
Wretched HUD. Let's save. I haven't in a while. Just a girl beside herself, that poor soul. Seems calm. I wonder if the old and brittle will get through. The storm will leave scars on the land. Keeps glancing over. Does he know her or me? Observing us. Should watch my words. Is this about her?
I don't like this. Hold your horses.
Room filled
We'll
with
see
smoke.
what happens.
Fire keeps everyone warm, hard to breathe. Can barely see what's up there. Smoke is filling the entire room. The storm is still raging. Can't go home now. Can we talk to them?
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much left.
We still have our lives.
And our dignity.
You still have yours. What's she doing now?
I don't know. I think she's freezing.
You should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Why?
Be assured, I will leave as soon as the storm ceases.
Maybe we should be kinder.
She's avoiding eye contact.
No, they don't deserve our kindness.
They don't deserve our kindness? They're talking about us? That's rough. Okay.
Just try to ignore them.
I could give them money. What else is there to see? Oh, wait. What's this? Pot! There's soup in the pot. Looks rather thin. Is there a hoof in there?
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
Okay.
I can't carry it in my bare hands.
Oh no. Oh, meat. Smoked pieces of meat. Could be old but nourishing. A rare sight during a famine. Blanket. Used blanket. Threadbare but warm. Let's put a blanket on her. A rugged blanket smells like horse.
Hey, what are you going to do with that?
I'm just going to borrow it.
Let's try to get along until the storm passes.
There's some weird tension going on in here.
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blanket.
Can't you see she's freezing?
Yeah, I wanted
It's
to
all
get her soup
right.
as well, though.
It's just a blanket.
Find her something to eat, yeah. Hot meat. Like, oh. No, wait. Rugged peasant. There we go. Little clay bowl, clean enough for eating. Small bowl.
No, I must be careful with their things. They're watching me.
Small bowl of soup.
Shush, let her eat.
Thank you.
Cry for help. Achievement unlocked.
Eat this. You must be hungry.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What?
Done.
Do you want her to starve?
Please, don't start a fight.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have.
Oh,
I divorced my last one for less than that.
that must be William Hamleigh's
Divorce?
wife, huh?
Oh, he's just been beside himself ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you
that's why
people
they
are
hate
doing
her.
to us.
Stop bullying her. Can't you see she's upset? How do they know you? This isn't right.
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess that's how it is when your husband holds an office like that. He has to do a lot of things people don't like.
He has
And
to do, huh?
Sometimes they recognize me, too.
Wait.
Yeah. I wonder how this scene would have played out if we hadn't noticed her behind the hut there. Would she have like cried out as we entered, or would this entire scene just have been different?
Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
William Hamleigh.
Oh, please don't abandon me too. I swear, I'm not...
Hello,
I
thing.
can't...
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
Why did you marry him?
My parents arranged it. And it was an honor to be picked.
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. How do you know him?
He wanted to marry me when I was your age.
Ooh, that is blunt.
Apparently he likes young girls, no matter how old he gets.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come you didn't?
I
He
said
was
no.
a beast. So I refused.
You refused him?
It caused a lot of misery.
Oh, you're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
Yeah, she personally,
I'm sorry.
she raped
He's
your...
no Earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
She has nothing to do with this. Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
Oh, give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamleigh? The abuse and the humiliation every single day. I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Tom, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Give her the dagger.
Quick, take this.
He wouldn't have come to Kingsbridge with me, I don't think.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her. If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now?
It's true.
Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
Elizabeth stays with me.
No, she doesn't.
Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
William's wife. Inspect the wife. Note from Aliena, 1154. Was it my rejection that bittered William to the prospect of marriage for the years that followed? Was I the reason he married so late? After I met Elizabeth, I later found out that she was the daughter of Harold of Weymouth, a wealthy knight and a supporter of Stephen. Elizabeth was only 14 at the time of the wedding. Bishop Waleran wed them in the Cathedral of Shiring, and everyone of importance was invited to the large feast. Elizabeth is a gentle girl who probably felt honored to be chosen to become the Earl's wife. I dare not imagine how William treated her. One more reason to finally put an end to all of this. Sounds like revolution is brewing. Chapter 17. That was also not a very long chapter with this story. You found a secret chamber underneath Kingsbridge Cathedral. You confessed to Philip that you burned down the cathedral. Philip's book is strongly criticized by the church. The war between Empress Maud and King Stephen has ended. You helped Elizabeth right away. Yeah. I suppose the other option is just hear her cry outside or something. You brought her some soup. You helped her warm up with a blanket. You gave her your dagger before Walter could notice. Nice. Chapter 18, 400 years later. No, just kidding. Outlaws. Oh. Are we gonna be outlaws? Because of Philip's book or something?
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book. One of our young novices once asked me why I write to you when you are dead. The young can be blunt, but the thing is, I think you are still alive. One day, I hope, I will find you, and then you will read these letters. And when you do, you will know that I was busy writing a book. Because of my book, I may have to talk to Bishop Henry. But that is not the only thing that keeps me awake tonight. Jonathan worries about my book. the divine soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I had written. I am not naive enough to pretend I do not know why. I wrote that hope is godly, and since God made each of us, hope and salvation are only to be found within ourselves. Henry sells hope, and I am giving it away for free. If the Church should ask me to clarify my position, of course I shall do so. But I feel I must give our people what they need in these desperate times. And how could I write anything else if this is what I truly believe?
I want to write about all of it, really.
The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws. We've heard of places nearby being raided. We believe the attackers were William Hamleigh's men.
Earl and the other
We have enough
outlaws.
food to last us another few weeks. But life has come to a halt. Martha believes there will be rain soon. That the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she is right.
Right, we'll tell him about the crypt.
Behind a wall in our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room. We do not know who built it. But it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial. And Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down. Was that him? And if so, did he burn in the fire that night? It must be well after midnight. With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me he set fire to the roof because he had heard monks were bad people.
By God, save yourselves! The saint! We must save the saint! Fire!
Oh, he's remembering the
whole roof is in
night.
flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now to forgive Jack. Maybe because this confession comes too late, and from a man who I have learned to trust. This is the truth.
I cannot find it in my heart.
I should get some air, Francis. The storm has settled down.
Take a walk. Current location, the prior's room. Wrote down my sermons. Became the book I wrote. Should I write what I believe?
I know them by heart. But Jonathan insisted we keep them.
Jonathan seems like a smart boy. The second letter this month. I miss Francis.
Later. I need time to think.
copies of my book. Gave one to Henry as a gift. Now he threatens me.
I don't like to indulge in my own writings. Should my words still be around after my demise, will people change them? How much was added and changed in the scripture, I wonder.
Heretical thoughts. Probably
Jack is still working. He always is.
Cemetery at night.
A magnificent cathedral, but I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
Here they all lie in wait, dearest friends that went before me. Milius Cuthbert. When my time comes, I shall see them again.
If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried, and that is Jack's fault.
I mean, give him a break. He was like 7 years old. Anything here? Probably not. Guess I need to go around.
Hello?
Someone
I thought
there.
I saw someone.
England never saw a cathedral like this. Jack outdid himself. Is it
That came from the kitchen.
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
Maybe a large rat. Is that Jack's kids, maybe? Or are they other kids?
There's someone in here.
Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk to them. All right.
They're forced to steal. Terrible times. How desperate they must be.
Please, listen. Oh, we don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Damn it. Did I mess that up?
Jack, no! It's him. Brother Marcus.
Brother Marcus?
He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food here from the kitchen. Because of me, Remigius found out.
It's like
And
15
he left.
years ago, huh?
We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back.
Did we kill him? Could he
You
have
didn't
killed
mean for
Philip?
this to happen. No, but
What about him?
don't be afraid.
Is that his kid, maybe?
Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others. No! What?
He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child, just like that. And I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child.
Yeah.
Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
He brought the letter.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in.
Bishop Wailurin.
We weren't safe in our homes.
So, Kingsbridge was attacked, and you two twigs were our only defense.
Why didn't Catman chase them away?
Sir Catface, Sally.
Now, do not exaggerate.
Oh, that's Ellen.
This is not a siege.
And the kids.
We only saw 2 of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
These poor souls were starving. Many are forced to turn to thievery because of the drought.
A true Earl's duty should be to protect his people.
You bet your little nose, but it's rare they do. Especially with that charming bastard, Lord Hamleigh.
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamleigh is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, there's some good news at least. With the Treaty of Wellingford finally signed, William won't remain Earl forever.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
Meaning that the earldom will go to the next male heir of Lady Aliena's family. That would be you, Tommy.
What? It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Oh, he learned a new word.
No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Well, for one thing, we shouldn't start blaming the outlaws.
I agree. They're not our enemies. The outlaws and us are all sitting at the same table.
There were times when you monks wouldn't even offer us a chair.
So what do we do now? Wait for William to lose the earldom once King Stephen is dead?
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat?
I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
True, but last night it wasn't that Hamleigh boy who attacked us. It was a bunch of thieving bastards.
Well, what do we do about it?
They too are victims. We must show compassion. If we defend Kingsbridge, we must cause as little harm as possible. Or better, help as many as possible.
Things will only get worse if we don't find a way to deal with Hamleigh.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamleigh still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamleigh, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
Speak to that wench? I'd rather let my blade do the talking. I say it's time we took back your father's castle by force. Even if I'd have to lead an army of outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think?
Oh, do we have to choose now? Nah, time for talking's over.
I will talk to the outlaws. Maybe we can find someone who can speak on their behalf. And if there's no one, then we will.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother's right, boy. And too many gingers showing up at their cave might make them suspicious.
There's a lot of gingers in this room. Ooh, music's getting epic. Right, so as Aliena, we are traveling around talking to outlaws now, I suppose. Before we do that, though, we'll take a short break, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.